Okay, so now we're going to continue with creating account and manage your profile. All right, so uh, before you start, you need to actually uh, um, create a new account, right? Why? Because even though you already installed your Mandalay to your PC or laptop, the first time you're going to access that Mandalay desktop, you'll be asked to provide the account for your Mandalay. So you won't be able to access that Mandalay desktop without without your own account. Okay, for example, I can show you if I can open up my Mandalay. So this is my Mandalay account, Mandalay desktop. Okay, there you are, right? So it always requires you to provide the email and password, the account particulars to your account. Without that, you're not going to be able to access your Mendeley desktop, right? So creating account manager profile. Then all right. So when you go to Mendeley, www.mendeley.com to create your free account, you will be asked your address, your first name, last name. So please provide the full name, the official name, as well as your password, and make sure that you select a proper a proper name of institutions. Right? For us, for the Mandalay, they put it as a Mara University of Technology. Right? Even though this is not our official UITM names, it has to be Technology University Technology Mara, but the Mandalay has put it as a Mara University of Technology. So you need to select a proper institution, because your account will be actually connected to Scopus, etc. Because through the Elsevier products. So you must make sure that everything is there. I mean, you have your correct email address, your first name, and the last name, as well as your institutions. Right? Once you do that, then you'll be able to have to access your account. This is my account. All right. So from there, you can see that your profile here. I have an extra ribbon here because this is a Mendeley advisor. So if you register yourself as an advisor, then you will get this ribbon at your profile photo profiles here. Right. So this is my H index, number of citations, and then I also have this Scopus numbers. So if I click that Scopus numbers, you will be able to direct to the Scopus page, and it will display everything about the Scopus of your for your account, your names. And then you also have this ORCID, the numbers, and then you also will be seeing recent publications, right? Your recent publications, whatever publication that you have that have been published, then it will be displayed here, as well as the co-authors of your papers. Right? I think I'm going to show some demo. Click to Chrome, then go to my Mendeley. Sometimes, so you need to have your internet connections active. Right, so this is the page of my page, my account. So if I click my names here, it will provide me all the necessary information about myself, the same as I did show you just now. So university, you can actually edit again, right? Put in your actual faculty, as well as your universities. Okay, and then you have your ORCID numbers. This is some research ID from the Scopus, from the one second, from the Elsevier. It's a sort of an Elsevier product, right? And you have this co-authors, recent publications, right? So you can try. And if I click this Scopus, if I click these numbers, it will direct to the page, Scopus page. and will display everything about myself. So 34 documents by author, total citations, H index, right? So this is a page under the Scopus. So because of the I did mention the Elsevier has bought Mendeley, so they integrate Mendeley into your Scopus or Elsevier product into the Mendeley, right? So you have everything here. Okay, so this is very much what is the account. Now we're going to go through the how to create your library. Once you have this account, then you are ready to create your own library, whereby you need to install the Mendeley Desktop into your laptop, and that will be your library, a physical library, for example, right? Okay. Right, for you to be able to install your Mendeley, you need to go to mendeley.com downloads. Then there are three options there. You can download for Mendeley Desktop for Windows version. You can have it for the Macintosh, as well as for if you use Linux. Right, so there are three versions available here. So you select properly to suit your OS, right? That you can install the Mendeley Desktop, and the latest version is 1.19.6. Okay, this is the latest version, Mendeley Desktop version 1.1.919.6. Okay, so after you install your Mendeley Desktop, you will be asked to your password as well as your username and everything. Then you will see this Mendeley Desktop. This is the main display of your Mendeley Desktop, whereby at the center here you have this list of references. This is all your papers will be listed here, right? And then on the left hand side you'll see a library structure, right? So you can, this is sort of folder. You can create a folder, because this is all papers that are inside your library, and then you can actually customize, and then you can put into you can create your own folder to separate or to properly manage your papers here according to subject or topics that you need to study on later. Yeah? And you can also have a filter by authors here, right? You can filter if you want to just look into a few papers from particular authors, then you need to select this filter by authors. And there is also a filter by keyword, tag name, yeah, tagging. So if you create a tag to your papers, then you'll be able to filter your papers, and then then it will be displayed here, right? And on the right hand side here, it will show the document detail. This is actually the important section actually, right? I will always emphasize on you need to make sure that every every papers that you put into your library has the correct document details. Okay, so you need to make sure that you need to check one by one and make sure that it is correspond to the paper itself. That means all the titles, all the authors are correct, and then the journal, everything, because this will be used for your bibliographies, right? I will show you later on. Because the Mendeley it has its text extracted. It can extract this information from the paper, but sometimes when you do the extractions of the text, sometimes there are missing words, the authors is wrongly put, so you have to check it, even though it's already automatically extract the document details from your PDF files. Okay, so I'm going to show you the actual Mendeley Desktop. I'm going to log into my actual account. I have a dummy version, and this is the actual account. And you have to make sure that you have the internet connections. Okay, there you are, right? So once you put you successfully log into your Mendeley Desktop, then and you can see this is a percentage of synchronizing, right? So each time you open up your Mendeley Desktop, you'll be synchronized. It will always synchronize your laptop, the library that you put in that you have in your laptop, with the one in the cloud. So you always update whatever you have in the cloud, okay, according to the one that you have in your laptop. So both will be the same, right? So as I mentioned just now, you have this this is a document, I mean this is a library, right? This is a library that I have, and then this is the structure, and I have a few folders: fuzzy control, MSc, EPE, PhD, Citizen. So this is my, I mean the folder that I created. And then I also have this filter my tags, right? I can have important, no, okay. So that means I already tagged this paper with the word important, right? So you can actually customize. For example, you want to specifically put it as a first priority, for example, second priority. So if you select this, I mean, if you filter by text, then you can actually select the papers that according to your text. For example, priority 1, priority 2, priority 3, isn't it? Okay. And you can also, by the keywords, filter by the keywords, and now you have a few keywords written here based on your document details. I can have a high power factor rectifier, so only one paper appear. Then I can have a PID control, only one paper there. Power electronics, only one paper. Matrix converter, two papers, right? And you can also have the authors. So I can have this Agawal, right? So you can select. And on the left hand side here is actually the document details. I'm going to show you just later on how to have this detail. So it shows you the keywords, the text, the DOI, right? So DOI stands for Digital Object Identifier. So once your paper has been published, there will be a DOI specifically assigned to your paper. So every paper that has been published over the internet, they will have their own customized DOI, right? So we're going to use that DOI to get all the document details. Later on, I'm going to show you that. Okay, so this is what about the Mendeley Desktop, right? So now I'm going to log out and create a new dummy account. I already have my dummy account. So all right, for the dummy versions, I have nothing in the dummy versions because I'm going to show you step by step how to add the papers and the rest. Okay, so no papers, nothing from my dummy version of my Mendeley account, right? So go back to the slides. Next slide. Okay, so now we're going to start to creating your library by adding PDF to Mendeley. As I mentioned earlier during the introduction section, we have this many entry, many the citation of our thesis, the source of our thesis. I mean, the citation can be from the PDF, can be from the book, can be from the artworks, right? Not everything has actually in PDF form. For example, the book, you don't have the access to get the whole PDF of the book, isn't it? But you want to cite the book and with a particular page. So there is a way to add all your entry, your books, your PDF, your everything inside your Mendeley. Okay, so Now we focus on the PDF, how to add the PDF to Mendeley. There are three ways to add the file. The first one will be drag and drop. Okay, you just simply drag your PDF and you just release it in the center here, and then you're already in your Mendeley. The second one will be the add single file or entire folder. You can browse, okay, by using this add files, add folders, and then you can add everything in the folder or a single file. And finally, you can also have this one specific folder created so that Mandalay will watch this particular folder. So each time you add a new PDF articles into that particular folder, the next time you open the Mendeley Desktop, it will automatically extract, it will automatically add whatever you have in that watch folder into your Mendeley. So you don't have to do it manually, adding all these files, PDF into your Mendeley. So you have this, you assign one particular folder as a watch folder, so you add your files there. So each time, the next time you open your Mendeley Desktop, you will extract, you will add everything that you already put in your watch folder into your Mendeley. Okay, so I'm going to show you now how to add that. I have this sample PDF here. Okay, some of the papers here. Right, so as I mentioned earlier, the first methods to add the PDF file is actually drag and drop. So you just simply drag this paper and then you just drop it at the center of this library. Okay, then look at that. Okay, so now it's already there. If I click this paper, now it already extract all everything's information about this paper, and then it already put into these document details. So again, you have to double click and then check whether you have a problem with your title of the papers, the high power factors. You have to do it one by one, right? Or else you'll be getting in trouble when if you just neglect it, you just take it for granted. Sometimes the title of the paper is not correct, the names of the authors is not correct, then it will look so your panels will detect this in the Viva session, for example. So yeah, I have to make sure that everything's correct here. Okay, so this is the first way methods to add your PDF. The next one is by using this add files, isn't it? So you can go there, click add files, and then you can go to the folder again. I can select add folder, for example, double click. I just want to add this Akagi file. Just click that Akagi file and then just click open. Then the next paper will appear here. Okay, if I can click this paper, look at that. So something is not correct, isn't it? Look at that, the authors, the active is only displayed as an active filter. So if I can double click this, this is the actual title, but then the Mendeley is not clever enough, right? It's not intelligent enough, so it just only extract the active filter. So you have to complete the title, energy, storage, systems for power conditioning in Japan. Okay, right? So again, you have I think the authors is also is not correct. I'm going to leave it a bit, right? And I'm going to show you later on how you can complete all these informations by using an automatic way. Yeah, you can automatically add everything in there, not just or I can, for this time, I'm going to Hirofumi Akagi. I just put it as Akagi. Akagi. Can put it as Hirofumi. Sometimes it will Hirofumi. Okay, first name, last name. Boring. So it detected as a Hirofumi there. Right, and the rest of things, right? Okay, so now we come back to, and the next one I can add also the folders. I add folder. Just now it has an add file or add files. Then I can also have an add folders. Just simply go to the desktop again. What is the desktop? Sample PDF. I can add the whole folder. Just click add folder. Okay, there you are. So all papers are additional effects. So everything's already in there. Again, I need to check one by one, isn't it? Okay, go to there. Okay, this need to be updated. It's only appear as LFE. So if I double click, a new trends in the active, if I can, so I cannot select this. Okay, so you need to actually new trends in active filters for power conditioning. There you are. Okay, there is the title. Just leave it, then we're going to proceed. We're going to have, I'm going to show you later on how to get everything, document details by just using the DOI, so on and so forth, right? And next is watch folder, right? So we have also the third one is by using the watch folder. So how does it work? How does it work? Remember, you need to assign one folder as a watch folder. So each time Mendeley you open up this, you access or you open the Mendeley Desktop, the Mendeley Desktop will watch this particular folder. If there is any new articles that have been put into this folder, watch folder, it will add everything into your library. Okay, so how to do that? But carefully, you go to tools, right, and then you go to options, and then go for watch folders, right? There's a watch folders here. Okay, so click that watch folders. So where is it? For this demo, I'm going to create a new watch folders. All right, I'm going to create a new folder and name it as a watch folder. Okay, there's nothing in this watch folder, isn't it? Okay, it's empty now. I come back to the Mendeley Desktop, and I'm going to go to Desktop, select Desktop, and I'm going to select this watch folder as the watch folder. Okay, so I'm going to apply and click OK. Right, so there's nothing new. The watch folder is still empty, isn't it? So you don't see any new papers that we put in. So let's say that normally what you're going to do is you're going to download everything without I mean you at one time you're going to download everything and then you put into one folder, isn't it? And the next time you're going to open the Mendeley Desktop and start to add everything into your Mendeley Desktop. So we already select, remember, so we already choose or assign the watch folder as the watch folder for the Mendeley. So now I'm going to, for example, I've already download a few folders, a few files. For example, there's a few files here. I'm going to add all these into the watch folder. Look at this. Okay, so now I've already download these papers and put into the watch folders. And I'm going to access my Mendeley again. Okay, so now I'm going to select that Mandalay, and so okay, and then sign in. Look at that. Now all papers that I just put into my watch folder is already inside my library now, inside my Mandalay. Okay, so you don't have to go to files and then you add folders, isn't it? So once you open up your Mendeley Desktop, it will watch with the watch folder that you have been assigned. Any folder that you assign doesn't have to be the name of the folder, doesn't have to be watch folder. Whatever folder you created specifically for the for Mendeley to watch that particular folder. Right now, it add a new papers inside it. Look at that. Okay, wait a bit. So there will be a new 22 papers inside my library. Okay, 72%. Okay, I think it's actually sync with the. Oh, all right. I think yes. Okay, sorry. So this is actually already the file is already in my Mendeley desktop, but it's unfortunately, I mean, eventually it is synced with the cloud storage. Right, it's already synced. Now you can see that's deactivate. Okay, that means uploading to your cloud storage there. Okay, so we just leave it. Don't worry. Okay, so let's look at the what we have in the Mendeley desktop. All right, so if you look at this when you do this when you add all these papers now I have this merge document. Look at that, 9 documents selected, edit full effect selected document. So there are 9 documents that appear to be the same. Right? Mendeley thinks that there are 9 documents which are same. So can I just click this merge document? Okay, there you are. Okay, so the first paper here, Mohan. Okay, and actually you can double click, look at the paper. There's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. It duplicates have conflicting unchecked boxes indicate field where it duplicates. So there are duplicate in terms of these numbers. Look at that, SSN, PMID, right? So these files has a similar ISN. If you want to merge, which means you want that they all come from the same papers, then you can confirm it, isn't it? Or else you just leave it, right? You just leave it, and if you look closely, there are not the same papers, isn't it? They are not from the same papers. The analysis of new power electronics. This is high power factor operation, different titles, right? So you can actually select everything, not a duplicate, right? And then you click here again, then you have this and not duplicate. So you think that it's not duplicate, so you just click not duplicate. Sinusoidal current, no, it is not the same document, so you just simply click this article and then not a duplicate. Click again. Filtering harmonics, no, not a duplicate, not duplicate, not duplicate, not a duplicate, not a duplicate, right? And therefore there is no problem with a duplicate document that appears here. So you have to settle one by one, isn't it? And then what's next? Okay, so now we have all papers here. a few papers. I can sort that according to alphabetical order of the authors, right? So this is the authors, and then have title, year, published, and everything. Okay, so next is okay, I did mention that not only PDF, you can also have, you want to cite from the book, isn't it? You don't have the book, but you want to add it as for you to be able to cite in your thesis. So what you can do is you go to file, and now you need to add entry manually. Okay, you need to add entry manually. Okay, so you go to add entry manually. If it's a book, then it's a book section, or it's a book. You can also have a case, court hearing, for example, a case, and then a computer program, right, that you need to refer to. Is it a conference proceeding? Is it an encyclopedia article? Is it a film? Is it a generic hearing? Okay, for a lawyer, they have a hearing, and then you can have a magazine article, newspaper article. Is it a patent that you need to cite? Report, statute, okay, a television broadcast. So this is the manual entry that are not you don't have the available. I mean, you cannot access to that PDF file, for example. Then you must use this thesis, for example. Sometimes you don't have the PDF for the whole thesis, so you just use that. So everything that you need to cite must be put into your Mendeley. So how to do it is you just put in using this entry, add entry. So for example, I'm going to like a book, okay, just any book, okay, any book, right? Book, the authors, just whatever authors is, okay, and then year. If you have an abstract, you go to abstract there. But for the book, you don't have to have the abstract. But the important thing is authors, years, and pages, as well as the publishers, isn't it? So you need to fill this. And if you have this DOI, you can use that DOI, and then you can and it will automatically update your document details there. So I'm just give a save, and now you have your book inside your Mendeley Desktop. So each time you want to cite it, you already have your uh, entry for that particular book in your Mendeley. Okay, all right, add manually, and you can also import from EndNote in the form of bib or file from bib. We call it as the extension. I mean, the extension is the extension of the file is .bib, or you can have RIS. Okay, so in here I just show you one files. I already have one file, sample PDF. So I actually download this from the internet, right? You can download this from internet, any particular books, any particular article. Okay, so you just simply save as a BIB. Okay, and then you just simply go to your Mendeley, go to file, import. Use an import if it's a BIB file. If it's a EndNote, XML, is that RIS type of file, then you can simply add into your desktop. So I'm going to sample PDF. There's a one Steiger Walk bib. Just open it, and there you are. Where is it? This one is it. Okay. So for this entry, manual entry, there is no PDF, isn't it? If you look at this, okay, so if you look at that, there is no PDF for this entry, isn't it? Okay, so there's no PDF. Polytronics, so it's already there. But you don't have that PDF. Alright, okay, so 1, 2, 3. So now you're adding entry manually, and then now we start to look into the document details. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, you need to make sure that every article has a correct details. And normally, if the Mendeley find that there is a problem with your document details, it will put under needs review. Okay, your file that need to be corrected, need to be or for your manual verifications, you will put under needs review folder. So let's have a yes, it is activated. If you look at this library structure here, there is a needs review appear in my library structure, which means there are papers that need review. If there is no paper that needs review, there will be no needs review folder appear in the library structure here. So I'm just simply click this. I need to click that, and now there is one paper that need to review to be verified. So I'm going to click here. Okay, it will ask me whether details are correct, or you're going to use the Google Scholar. So there is a button here that shows that it's search, which means it will go to the Google Scholar and search from the Google Scholar the details that you put here that match the one in the Google Scholar. So here, of course, you have to put in or type in the correct title to the articles. So what I'm going to do here is click these papers. I'm going to write the title of this paper: Novel Approach to Minimize Line Current Harmonics in Interfacing Power Electronics Equipment with three-phase utility systems. Right. So just type that title of the article. Okay. Then I just simply click this search button. Right. Go and click that search button, and there you are. Okay. When I click this search button, so you need to have your laptop connected to the internet. Then it will go to the Google Scholar, and then it will search through the Google Scholar and found this is what we found out. IEEE transaction, this conference proceeding, IEEE applied electronics. I think the same papers here. Oh, this is different. I think they upgrade from this conference proceeding to the transaction, isn't it? But they are the same. Authors, also the title of the research of the article, isn't it? Okay. Or the other thing is, you can also provide, if you don't think this is a correct article, because it's transaction, isn't it? And this shows that it's a conference proceeding. So if you unsure that this is correct or not, then there are another way, which is you use the DOI. Okay, so I'm going to update the DOI here. So how to do that? I'm going to copy this title and go to the internet, and then I'm going to search that paper. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3. I'm going to click this. It goes to the IEEE Explore. Okay, there you are. There. Alright, now it is the correct information. So it is from IEEE transaction on power delivery. So this match the paper that we just needs a review there. So what I need to do is, there is a DOI. Look at this. This is a DOI number, direct digital object identifier, appear here. So what you need to do is just simply copy this. Okay, copy that. Make sure that you don't leave any numbers left behind. So you just copy this and go back to your Mendeley. and update the DOI. This is wrong, isn't it? This is from proceeding, so I need to delete that and paste the new DOI, and then there is a what we call it, magnifying glass, which is search, is it lookup. So you just simply click this, then it will update lookup succeeded. And now go back to your document details. Yes, now you have a correct document details to your papers here. So it is IEEE transaction power delivery, and now you have a correct document detail, which is IEEE transaction on power delivery. Okay, so you have to do it one by one, and once you fill the details, completed the details, everything, then you must hit the details are correct. So you must confirm and tell Mendeley, okay, this is the final version of the document details for this particular document. So I'm going to click this, document details are correct, and that's it. All right, so now if I go back to my library structure, there is no needs review folder appear here, isn't it? Because everything has been correctly extracted. I mean, all the details are correct now. Okay, but again, don't trust the Mendeley. You have to give a check. Okay, confirm one by one again, go one by one, and use that DOI. Use the search, isn't it? The first thing first, you use the search button, right? But if it's not the correct document details, then use the DOI that I just shared with you. Okay, all right, what else? Okay, this is the DOI that I mentioned just now, right? And at any point, at any time, you can Control Z, which is undo. You can undo the last step, not only for this particular DOI everything, but at any particular time, if you Control Z, then it will undo whatever step that you've taken just now. Okay, so next, this is DOI. How you can find the DOI using the Scopus, PubMed. Okay, this is IEEE. This is a publication, medical publication, PubMed. So you can find the DOI for each papers. Don't worry. Okay, then there is also a web importer. Remember, I did mention that you don't have to download the paper PDF to your laptop. You can actually directly push whatever you have in the internet directly into your Mendeley, and that you must install the web importer here for you to be able to use the function. Okay, once you install the web importer, then you can directly add sorry, this is Mendeley importer, how to set up. So we have, this is as a Chrome. Okay, so you just select Chrome, you just Google for Mendeley importer, then add to Chrome, and then this is a procedure for Firefox or the Mozilla. Okay, and then this how using the Chrome, Safari, web importer, Chrome, Firefox, using web importer. Okay, so to use a web importer, if I can show you, there is a small, if I can show you on the right hand side here, on the top right hand side, you will see there's a small button here, isn't it? There is a small button icon of Mendeley. So if you want to, for example, if you want to push these papers, okay, so you just simply click, you're already in that particular papers here, a novel approach. Okay, so what you need to do is let me find a new references. Can I go to a different cross-reference view article? I'm going to go to this particular different articles, view articles here. Okay, so it display increasing the pass number of AC/DC converted by recurrent re-injection technique. Okay, let's say I'm going to push this into Mendeley. So what I need to do is just click this. Alright, and now I have to sign in first. Okay, there you are. Right, so if I want to, there are two different references detected on page. So in this page, there is another paper that appear here. So I just want to add this increasing the pass number. So you just tick that, and now I'm going to add to my library. So just click this, add. There's no PDF. Okay, so there's you need to, of course, if you inshallah your ITM still maintain that IEEE Explore, so you can obtain the PDF later on. But the thing is, we want to cite this, so we just want to put this into your Mendeley. So let's look at the Mendeley Desktop. So now what it does is actually update the web version, the cloud storage. It doesn't so you need to sync to your Mendeley Desktop before you can use this paper. Okay, increasing the pass number. So let's find this, the title of, because increasing the pass, is it already in here? Increasing pass, no. I can also use this recently added. I click that. Okay, no. Right, there's no increase in the pass number, isn't it? So what I need to do, I'm going to sync this. Sync that. Okay, and click again. Recently added. Can I find that? Book digital input filters letters. Can I view library? So I'm going to go to my library first. Web library. Right, according to here, there is a increasing the pass number already. Oh, I'm sorry. I have two accounts, isn't it? The one that I use in my laptop is actually the dummy version. What I did just now is actually push into my actual account. Right? So I have to actually I'm going to uh, log out, sign out again. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Then I'm going to use that, sign in. Now I'm going to use my other account, which is sign in with a different account. Okay, Nawawi Salam Archive gmail.com. Okay, continue. Okay, sign in. Okay, so now I have my correct. Okay, this is, look at that. This is my Mandalay dummy account, right? So just to push, come back, press it, click this again. So I'm going to tick this and then add to my library. Okay, I think I'm going to select another papers again. References, view article. Okay, I'm going to add this. Add again. There you are. Right, so now it's already. I'm going to add to my Mendeley dummy account. Add this. Okay, it's already in there. So I can view my library. Go to library. There you are. Generalized method of harmonics introduction reduction. So this is the paper that I use a web importer to push into my web version. So again, I need to sync with my Mendeley Desktop so that it will appear in my Mendeley Desktop in my laptop. So sync it. Okay, recently added. All documents. Generalize. What is it? It's a generalized method. So go to title. There you are. Okay, so it's already in my desktop, isn't it? So that is how you're going to, without uploading, so you can directly from once while you are opening the IEEE Explore, the PubMed, so you can easily push straight to your Mendeley Desktop and then sync to your Mendeley Desktop, and now you appear here, isn't it? Okay, right. So that is very much what is a web importer. Okay, next we're going to continue with managing your documents and references. Okay, so having everything into your library now, then you can actually, read the papers. You can do you can annotate. You can do some annotations. You want to give a comment. You want to make a note. Everything. Where is it? Okay, so next page. All right, so you can open all files, attach PDF file in integrated viewer, and then you can store your favorite papers. Okay, you can store, and then you can filter, and then you can show whichever the paper that you're going to treat, you're going to read a lot. I mean, you can um, uh, and then you can also, documents can be marked read or unread. If you have already read the papers, then you can mark it, and if you still want to reread it again, and then you can unread that. You can unmark the read button there, and then you can also filter by authors, tag, publication, or keywords. Okay, so let's go to Mendeley Desktop. Okay, so here I can if I I can store the papers that are very favorite, important papers, for example, and you can use this favorite, isn't it? Simply go to the favorite, click this favorite, then only two papers will appear here, isn't it? And then what else? If you double click these papers, then you are open in integrated windows here, whereby from here you can highlight. For example, you want to highlight this paper describe advanced power training relevant to active energy storage. The combination of the filter for you want to highlight this. Simply, you can highlight that papers. You can take a note, write a note anywhere. See? Technique used, for example, type of technique used here. So whatever you want to write, so you will note here, isn't it? Okay, and then you want to do a note again somewhere here. Okay, you can write whatever notes you have here, and you want to highlight again. You want to do pink color. Okay, everything can be done through the Mendeley Desktop. You can select colors. Okay, and then you can again add a note anywhere. in your titles, in your articles, and the notes will appear here. Look at that, private notations, everything. And then again, if you want to give a tag to this paper for the filter purpose later on, then you can write as a tag one. Say for example, can be from chapter 1, for example. This will be in chapter 1, for example. This paper will be referred in chapter 1, for example. Then you take as a put as a tag as a tag chapter 1 there. So, and then you need to save, isn't it? So if you want to save it, go back to here. Alright, now you have to create a new PDF file that contains all annotation. You can export the PDF with all its annotation by choosing File, Export with Annotation from within the Mandalay PDF viewer. So again, go back to here. After you do the note, you have to you highlight everything, you do a note, you make a note to your papers here. Then you need to save it as a export PDF with annotations. Okay, so this is paper, so it will be under the PDF files, and then you export. Okay, so you can open the export folder, and there you are. You have this Akagi annotated PDF. So it won't actually modify the actual paper PDF files. Okay, it will create another different papers with all the annotations. If you double click that, then you can see the new paper with this highlight, isn't it? Okay, as well as the note. Okay, the rest. Okay, right. So next is close this. Remember, you have tagging, isn't it? So can I go back to my text? Now it appears as a chapter 1. Look at that. Just now I put a tag of chapter 1. So if I click this tag as chapter 1, then the paper shows here. This chapter. So you can have many with the same papers that with same text will appear when you select as a filter by my text. All right. Okay. So what else? Come back. Okay, and you can also use the search button here. We come back to all documents. The good thing is it will actually search all the articles that you have in your library with a specific name that you want to search it. Not only the titles, but also as well as the in-text. Okay, the body, the contents of your PDF file. Right, not only the title but as well as the text. So this is very important because you want it to be you want the paper that write anything about the you're going to search, isn't it? For example, here I'm going to write, for example, the harmonics, for example. Okay, so all this paper actually has the word harmonics, not only at the titles as well as the contents of the title. Okay, so here, for example, you have this is title that contains harmonics, but the rest is you have a keywords, and here the contents of the paper here contains the word harmonics. Okay, this is very good, so you can easily do the research and you can find exactly what the words that you're looking for within your articles here. Okay. Okay, for example, harmonics, just give you an example. So I'm going to select this paper, for example. Okay, click that. So there's a harmonics there. Look at that. There is also harmonics, current harmonics here. Okay, even though this is the old, I think this is 1970s. Yes, 1976 papers, but again, it successfully identified the word harmonics in that particular PDF file. Right? Okay. Next is full text search. They call it a full text search in Mendeley's PDF viewer. Not all reference manager has this capability, has this function to Google to search the full text function here. All right, and last and finally, for the managing your documents, there is a special function in Mendeley whereby you can actually manage your file that you download just now. Okay, so because when you download, the title of the file can be anything, isn't it? It can be in the combination of numbers with the letters. Okay, you can have numbers only. Sometimes you have papers with the author's name. Sometimes you have the papers with the title of the article. So you have many different files that been with a different file names, isn't it? So with this Mendeley's file organizer, you can actually manage and put all papers that you have in your library into one specific folder, and also you can rename the file name of the files so that you can easily find it later on. You can easily look for the papers. So you have a pretty nice folder with all your papers that's already inside your library with the names standard file name. Okay, so that's what I'm going to demo with you. So what I can do is go back to the all documents here. So again, the papers again with a different, for example, in this Amitani, it is the original paper. Actually the name is Amitani 76.pdf, isn't it? So this is the paper that actually come with this article. And number 2, Akagi 05 PDF. It have a click card here. It is in, what is it, Kanan 04. If I click there, again Amatani, if I click that, Mohan 93, click that, Akagi 96, is it? What about this one? Okay, this one we have a Chowdhury Sarwanshi 06, right? So they come with a different version of file, right? And it is actually in anywhere in your laptop, isn't it? So probably you add from the watch folder some of the papers actually from your thesis folder, for example. They're all anywhere in your laptop. So by using this Mendeley organizer, I can show you. Go to Tools and then select Options again. Now I'm going to go to File Organizer. Okay, File Organizer, and then I'm going to select the target where you want to put all the papers into. So here I'm going to create another paper here, another folder, and I'm going to name it as an organize folder. Okay, so organize folder. Remember, I did mention just now that the paper is anywhere in the library, from the watch folder. Some of the paper actually come from the sample PDF, everywhere. It's everywhere in my laptop. So now I'm going to save all the papers, a copy of all the papers, and then put into one folders, and they all will be renamed with a specific standard name. So I'm going to go to organize. I need to assign which folder. So I'm going to browse and go to desktop and select that particular organized folder. Okay, select that and select folder. Okay, so now I'm going to rename document details. Click that rename document details. Alright, there are a few options, unused field and file name. So this is the one that you want to choose. I mean, you can have the long name. For example, you want to select all. So your title will be year, author, journal, title. And you can have your different You can have a hyphen separated dash, or you can have comma separated year author title. You can have period, dot, or you can have this underscore. So I prefer the underscore separated. So, and normally I will put this as a year and author. I don't want to put a journal because it will be a long name for my file. Okay, right, so I'm going to have year and author. Okay, right, so you have to drag and select which one, year author or author year, right? So now I'm going to select year author, and I'm going to apply to all the papers that are inside my library here. Remember, just now it's empty, isn't it? My organized folder is empty. Once I click this apply, click this and click OK. Okay, now 98% is completed. You have to wait a bit. I think this is gonna say, can I go straight to my organized folder? Double click. There you are. Alright, look at that. Now I have all papers has been renamed with the author years of the articles as well as the authors. Alright, so I have here, you have 30 items, and if I can check with my how many papers that I have here, can I 60 documents. Okay, I have about 25 documents. We have another 35. Probably that because of that. Okay, so 30 items. There you are. I have two papers, which is two papers. We have the same name here, right? So that is very much. Okay, once you do that, then you have this nice folder, and with the articles, the PDF of the articles now have been renamed, so you can easily access your files, and then you can you will know where is your PDF file located at, right? Okay. All right, here of me. Bunch day. Right. So now look at that. Everything has been changed. Just now we have a different file name, isn't it? So now it becomes 2005 Akagi. Click number 2, then become 2005 Akagi, second file. And then you have this 1998. So now it will rename. So the library now has been changed, right? Instead of it refer to all papers that been anywhere in your laptop, now it's focused on one organized folder there. Okay, right? So that is very much on the managing documents references. Okay, so now we're going to continue with inserting citations and generating bibliographies. I guess this is the most awaiting section, because of course in this section I'm going to share with you how you're going to use the Mandalay as a citation management in your thesis using the Microsoft Word, right? And at the end we're going to generate bibliographies for whatever citation that you made into your with your thesis. Okay, inserting citation and generating bibliographies. So before you will be able to use the Mendeley inside your Microsoft Word, you need to install Microsoft Word plugin. right? So how to do that? Then go back to my Mendeley Desktop. Okay, so there is a tools button here. Go to tools, and there will be a install, because I already installed my Microsoft Word plugin, so now it's appear as an uninstall. But if you're first time using the Microsoft Word plugin, then it will state as an install instead of display as an install Microsoft Word plugin. So just click that button, install Microsoft Word plugin, and after you complete that installation of a plugin, then when you open up your Microsoft Word, okay, a new document. Right, so this is your document. Then you'll be able to see under references section here, there will be a Mandalay Cytomatic here. Okay, so there will be a new section appear inside your references section. Okay, Mandalay Cytomatic. So there is a insert citation button, there is a refresh, insert bibliography, open Mendeley, and also the citation style that you're going to use throughout your thesis, right? So once you have that, when you have installed that Mendeley Word plugin, okay, there will be it will appear as a new section under references, and then now you are ready to cite using the Mendeley. Okay, come back to the thesis. So to do the demo here, what I'm going to share with you is that I'm going to write, for example, section here, a random. I'm going to write RAND, and then I'm going to generate a few paragraphs. Okay, generate a few paragraphs, and then a random paragraph. So in Word, there is a special technique to generate a random sentences according to paragraph, or choose any parameters that you choose. So you have random, and then this will be your number of paragraphs, 2 paragraphs, and then each paragraph I'm going to have 4 sentences. So I'm going to write random 2 4, close the bracket, and then just please press the enter button. So there will be 2 paragraph, and there will be a random sentences appear in front of you with 4 sentences each graph, right? Okay, so I'm going to cite, for example, the first sentence here. I'm going to cite using the Mandalay. So what I need to do is put a cursor here. You need to put the cursor wherever you want to cite it. Then go to references, and then insert citations. Just click this insert citation, and before that you need to open up your Mendeley Desktop. Make sure that you have your Mendeley Desktop already open before you can use in your Word. So now I already have my Mendeley Desktop active. So what I need to do is just insert citation, and then it will ask me go to Mendeley. I think the best thing is to go to Mendeley rather than you search author title here. Okay, so you go to Mandalay, so you direct back to your Mendeley Desktop. So now select whichever article that you're going to cite. For example, I'm going to use the first paper here, Akagi, and then there will be, after you highlight this Akagi article, then you go to cite. There is a cite button here. Just simply send citation to plugin. Just click that. Take a few minutes, a few seconds, and then there you are. You have Akagi 2004-5, and this actually follow the by the way, actually the Microsoft Word has its own built-in citation management tools here. This is actually from the Word. This is a built-in function in Word. So however, I have tried this. This is actually the manual. You need to put everything in by manually put everything, every paper here, then you can cite. Okay, the one that we're going to use is actually Mendeley Cytomatic here. So look at that. This appear as a by default it will appear as a the citation style follows the American APA 6 editions, right? So just leave it at that point for citation style. I'm going to add more files, more citations. I'm going to add more citations in my text, my paragraph. So again, go to insert citation, go to Mandalay, and then let's have a different authors, and third papers here, going to cite again, then there'll be Fujita and Kagi, 1998. Is that it? So follow that. And then another paper at the end of this paragraph, insert citation, the same process, go to Mandalay, I'm going to select a Mohan, then cite that. Okay, so this is actually follow the APA style. And finally, you also have this references section, isn't it? Okay, you have references sections, sorry, okay, references section in your thesis, and therefore you want to create a bibliography now. You want to generate the bibliographies of the paper that you use now. So manually, what you're going to do is you're going to write one by one, isn't it? First will be the authors, Akagi, for example. Okay, Akagi, and then the title of the articles, whatever it is, isn't it? And then you're going to select which conference proceeding, and the rest. You always have to type it manually, one by one, isn't it? Okay, but using the Mendeley, you won't be able to. There's a lot faster way to generate the bibliography, whereby it only requires only one single click, which is insert bibliography. Remember, you already have your document details in your Mendeley, so that document details will be extracted and then put into this insert bibliography. So I'm going to hit this button, insert bibliography, and therefore there are papers. All right. If you look at this Mohan's paper, there needs need to look back with this paper, and then you have to you need to modify the document details so you get a proper document details for Mohan's. Okay. By the way, now you just by doing this by single click, then you have this arranged in your references. Okay. For science and technologies SNT students, they might prefer the IEEE citation style. So don't worry, what you need to do is just simply go to citation. You have to click somewhere in the author's name, for example, right? Click somewhere in your citations, and then you go to style, then you choose IEEE. Then everything will be changed automatically to the required citation style, as well as your references. Okay, so the numbers here actually follow the sequence, how it appears in the thesis, right? So therefore, if you do it manually, remember you have to deal with a lot of papers to in your literature review, is that it? So probably your supervisor doesn't happy with your literature review, right? He want to add more papers, then you don't have to worry, because once you add a new citation, for example, I'm going to add a new citation here. So normally if you do it manually, everything has to be changed. You need to type one by one again, isn't it? So for example here, if I add new citations, here will be 1, that will be changed to, sorry, that will be 2, isn't it? And this will be changed to 3 manually, right? And as well as the references. So you're going to highlight and then cut and paste so that you arrange according to the number appears here, isn't it? Remember, you only have 2 years for masters and 4 years for PhD, right? So you need a special way, and you need the Mendeley or any reference manager to do it for you, isn't it? Automatically, so you can do it automatically. So it will, so that you can focus only on the content. So what you need to do is, you don't have to worry. Okay, I'm going to delete back. So what you need to just put your cursor somewhere in between 1 and 2. Remember, we have 1, 2, 3 papers now. So I'm going to add a new paper in between 1, 2. So everything will be changed accordingly. So I'm going to insert citation, go to Mandalay again, and let's say I'm going to have this paper, Rastogi, and then cite. Look at that. Every paper now has been refreshed, been updated. Now the arrangement become 1, 2, 3, 4, and the references so 1, 2, 3, 4. And right, and you can switch between APA style if you like. I'm going to switch the APA, so it will appear as that A, F, M, R. So it follows the alphabetical order, isn't it? For APA style, it follows the alphabetical order, but for IEEE, it will appear as the number, the reference number is your citation number through your paragraph, and that will be arranged accordingly through the references. Okay, so, and what else? I need to go back to my notes here. So highlight the paper, and then you already have some citation here. Insert bibliography. And what about if you want to combine the papers? For example, for the first sentence here, there is a few there's another references that you need to cite. So I'm going to cite, just put in between. I'm going to change that to IEEE. Okay, and beside one, I'm going to add another citation here. So I'm going to go to Katlan, cite, and it will be 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So everything has been changed, and put another one here. So we have three citations for the first sentence there. Go to Mandalay, another Bianchi. So 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it? So here I'm going to have 1, 2, 3. So normally we're going to combine that, isn't it? So what you need to do is highlight, just uses your cursor, highlight all the paper here, and look at this. Now it appears as a merge citations, isn't it? I'm going to undo again. Okay, I'm going to undo that. Okay, first it appears as an insert citation, but once I select all of these citations, now it turned into merge citations. Instead of insert citation, because I highlight those citations in that first paragraph, first sentences there, 3 articles. Now I'm going to merge citations. Great. So just simply click this merge citations. Now it become 1, 2, 3. Great. Okay. So this is a default. You can actually, if you want to make it as a 1, 2, 3, but you have to be careful. You can also manually do that. You just delete, isn't it? You go to your reference one, and then you delete the bracket, and then leave it as is. And now Mendeley will ask you, keep citation edit. The citation 1, 2, 3 has been manually edited. Do you want to keep this manual edit or revert to the automatically formatted version? Keep manual edit. So I'm going to keep manual edit. There you are. So it will maintain as 1, 2, 3. Great. Okay. So let's do it again. What happens if I like that? If I refresh, what happens? Okay. So what about 4 to 5? I'm going to add another papers here. 4 to 5. Again, insert citation. I'm going to do it again. Put another paper here. Cite 4 to 5. And look at the references. It's automatically done for you. I'm going to highlight these 2 papers and then merge again. Now it become 4 and 5, isn't it? Because there are only 2 papers, so it appears as a 4 and 5. But for 1 and 3, there is a 1, 2, 3, so it appears as a 1-3. Okay, so if I want to delete that, 4 and 5, what happens? And also keep manual edit, then it appears as 4 to 5, isn't it? Okay, what about if I want to edit that? can I just highlight that and then go to undo? Yes, right? So if it happens that you want to update the reference, you think that there is another papers that you need to put in, is that it? So you just simply undo. Okay, you highlight this paper, these two papers, right? And now there is a button undo. Just simply click that undo. Now it will revert back to the actual periods of 4 to 5. And this one as well, if I highlight again and undo again, okay, refresh, undo, oh no, edit citations, right? Edit citations, then you can edit, you can delete, right? You can do it, you can add another one. Okay, so you use the edit to add new files there, new articles there, right? So if you don't want that number 2, for example, just delete this, okay, leave only 2, then you can click OK and refresh. Now it goes back to only 1, 2. Okay, so that's how you're going to deal with the merging a few citations in one reference, in one sentences, in one sentence. Okay, right? I think that's clear. You can try it. You have to have a hands-on, give a try. Okay, send citation, we're done with that. Insert bibliography, we have done with that. And next is, what about if you want to in your, for example, in chemistry, there is a, you know, the chemical substance which where there is a subscript and superscript as well as italics. So how are you going to make sure that inside your references here you have a proper subscript and superscript, isn't it? So for example, here I'm going to share with you, you need to actually manually insert the word sub for superscript, and then you have the word that you want to subscript, and then you have to end the subscript after the word. So you have to manually insert this code right beside your words here, or your letter, so that it will appear as a, for example here, I can zoom it. Okay, in this example there is a ferrum, sorry, okay, so here I hope you can see it, right? So we want it to be appear as a FE subscript to O3H2O, isn't it? So that's how you're going to do it. There you are. I hope you can see it, right? So in by default it will appear FE203 plus H2O, isn't it? And there will be no subscript. So if you want to make it a subscript, then you have to write, you have to adjust your document details here, modify your document details here, so that you put in the sub in front of 2, and then you end up that subscript by /sub for number 2, and then as well as number 3 you want to make it as a subscript. So each time you want to subscript all the numbers, the letter, then you have to enclose that with that sub and /sub. So that will be a subscript. And if you want to make it as a italics, you can use the I here and superscript SUP. Okay, I think this is straightforward. You can try it, and you will get that. Okay, you will get that done for you. So probably I can go to any of this paper. Hakagi, the start of the art. Okay, let's say we want to put somewhere here. This paper, so I'm going to put H2O, is it? H2O. Oh, sorry. O. So what I need to do is H2 is subscript. Therefore, I'm going to su put is sub, and then after that I'm going to n, which is a slash sub, right? Leave it. So now I have that. Then I'm to go back to my words. Okay, once you do that, I need to have a refresh button here. Okay, I need to refresh everything. Where is it? Look at that. Now you have this H2O appear in my bibliography. H2O, is it? So this is a subscript. So if I want to make it as a superscript, to go back here, let's say this one to 3 for example, and this will be superscript. What I need to do is I have to put it as a sup, then less than the dash, the slash sup, then there you are. Now come back to my words. Okay, I'm going to hit this refresh button again. Click this refresh button, and there you are, H203. So everything's a subscript, superscript, as well as the italics, right? So I'm going to have this as an italic, power conditioning. So what I need to do is I, then at the end of power conditioning, I'm going to put slash I. There you are, right? Come back to words. Okay, now you don't have that. So just refresh. Look at that. So now power conditioning is italics. Okay. Well, so you have to power conditioning, and then H203 is not. Okay, there's a problem with that. Okay, so very much that is how you're going to oh, everything has been changed again. Okay. Okay, all right. So I have to do it in one go. Once I put a power conditioning, and then I need to put again sub. Sorry. If I use italics, I have to do it in one go. Okay? I cannot do it one by one, so I have to do it again. Sub and then slash. If you want to combine between italics and the superscript, you have to do it in one go. Sub, end of sub, then end, come back to document, then refresh again, then I have that. Now oh, okay. So it's like I have to do it in one go. I cannot leave it one by one. Okay, so what I need to do is try it again. I, power conditioning, I, slash I. Okay, let's have a try. No. What about this? Refresh. There you are. Okay, so you have to do it in one go. You have to write it both italics as well as the subscript in one go. Okay, so that's very much the bibliography and how to deal with the power italics, subscript and superscript. Then we move to, what do we have now? Okay, managing citation style. Alright, so we're going to continue with managing citation style, which means you want to have a customized style. right? For example, if you look at this, the one that we did just now, if I change it to APA 6 editions, if we look closely, there is a HTTPS DOI, so this digital object identifier appear in your references, isn't it? So some of the panels, examiners, some of the supervisors doesn't like it, even though this is standard um, citation style for the APA. So yes, you can delete that. So how to do that is that you need to modify your style, citation style, CS citation style. Okay, so how to do that? You have to there is a useful video. You can go further and you go to this YouTube, right? Just search that for this citation style, customized citation style. So you need to go to your Mendeley Desktop, go to view, and then go for the about, and then you need to find the CSS editor, and you have to have your internet connections to be able for you to modify your citation styles. All right, so we try to do that. Go to the Mendeley Desktop. So this is my Mendeley Desktop, and we know that now we're going to remove this HTTPS DOI, isn't it, in my references. Okay, so now I'm going to back to Mendeley Desktop. So I'm going to go to View, Citation Style, and go to More Styles. Okay, again, go to View, Citation Styles, and select More Styles, and then go to About. Right, go to About, and there is a CSL editor. Right, so just click that. Again, you need to have your internet connection ready, because by clicking this CSL editor, you will be direct to that page whereby you can change the CSL editor. Okay, so I'm going to click here. And make sure this is okay, so make sure that this is your account. You log into your Mendeley account, right? Before I think that you will be asked first the account that you need to change or edit the CS, the citation style. So now you go to Visual Editor. I'll come back to that page again. All right, so before that, you need to find a style, isn't it? So what you need to do is just search for APA 6 style, for example. Just give a search. Can I come back to, okay, search box, just type APA, search. Okay, there you are. So you have American and 6 editions, and so on. So I'm going to edit these 6 editions, isn't it? Right, so how to do that? Go to edit. There is an edit button here. Just click this edit, and make sure that you correctly log into your account, the one that you're going to update. So I'll use my dummy account, which is Salam Archive. Continue. Okay, sign in again. Alright, there you are. Okay, so here, oh, instead of it give me a 6th edition, it give me a 7, the latest version of APA, which is now you have the 7th editions, right? So this is actually appear in your text, in your paragraph, in your thesis, and this will be the bibliography. In the references section, it will appear. So again, we have this HTTPS DOI. So we want to remove this DOI, right? So how to do that? You just simply click this, highlight your cursor to that DOI, click that, and now on the left hand side you'll be directed to this particular DOI variable. Okay, so it will highlight this HTTPS DOI and then we will highlight DOI. So if you want to remove this, what you need to do is simple. There is a minus button here, isn't it? So that actually tells you want to remove this DOI variable. Okay, so make sure you highlight this and then now go to the minus button here, delete node. Just click that and wait a minute, depending on your internet connection. Okay, now there you are. Once you delete that DOI variable, then there is no HTTPS, the link to your DOI appear in your bibliography, isn't it? Okay, and for the other example is you want to remove the for example, you want to have this at all. For example, you have many names and you want to choose a probably you want to use only up to 2 names. After 2 names, there will be at all written in your citation, isn't it? So how to do that? You just simply click the names here. This is actually the citation in-text citation. So you just click at the name, okay, highlight and click this Campbell and Patterson. Then there will be highlight the names here. Your names will be highlight that. Then you select this name, the note after the name, the subnote of the names here. So just click this name, right? Click that and you browse down here. There will be a at all use first thread. So this will determine how many authors that will appear in your bibliography. Right. So if you want, it's not in the bibliography, but in text citations. Okay. So if you want to have only 2, then I just select 2 there. So if the paper has consists of authors beyond the 2 authors, then it will appear as a at all. Right. So there are many actually that you can change using this visual editor or citation style editor, right? But please, there is a lot of video that shows you on YouTube. Then you can select properly, search properly to suit what you want to change. Okay, once you already changed everything, you edit that, then you need to save and install that into your Mendeley Desktop for you to be able to use in your thesis, isn't it? So how to do that? You go, once you have the first one, we delete the DOI. The second one is you combine the add all. Okay, you have a different you assign only 2 authors appear in your citation, in-text citation. Then you want to save this. So you go to style, save style as, click that, and then you need to you are instructed to give a name to your new APA. For example, I want to put as a APA 3 example. Okay, just save it. Okay, it's already used because I've already changed it before. Right now, I'm going to use it as a number 4. Save. Any name, don't worry about that. Then you'll be instructed to open Mendeley Desktop. So after that, you just simply open Mendeley Desktop. So make sure that you have your account ready, your Mendeley Desktop already. So you just open Mendeley Desktop, and now, okay, look at that. There is a style selected, American, 7th edition Mandalay dummy. Now the new modified versions of your Mandalay 7th edition has been pushed into your Mandalay Desktop. Okay, so click done here. You can check by using this button, view citation style, and look at that. There is a new you can go to back to citation style. There is a new American Psychological Association 7th edition Mandalay dummy has been put into your Mandalay Desktop, isn't it? So now you can use it. So this is before you refresh, right? So once you have your customized style, what you need to do is you have to select the style that you just put in. Gotta go to more styles. Yes, but to select this, use this style. Okay, go back to that and use this style, then click done. Look at that. Now look at the DOI. Everything has been deleted. So your HTTPS, the link to your DOI has been deleted because you already used the modified version, the 7th edition here. Okay, so this is how you're going to customize style. Don't worry, everything can be taken care of, right? So again, use YouTube. There are plenty more citation style, customized citation styles video that you can find through the YouTube. All right, and come back to the slide. All right, we have done that. We have done this. Add all. Edit using editor, yes. And finally, sharing references using group. Okay, so again, the Mandalay, the good thing about Mandalay is not only for reference managers, it's only not used for the reference managers, but it's also for the networking. You can share whatever you have within your library, and you can share whatever PDF that you have with others. For example, you have a group of researchers or a group under your supervisors, isn't it? You have your supervisors have a few students, and then probably you want to share, or your supervisors want to share among his or her students. So you can create this group, the Mendeley group, and then everybody can share, everybody can use the PDF file. Okay, so how to do that? I think just simply go to, and you can find out how to do that. So you go to share references with Mendeley Desktop group. Okay, there's also a public groups. So you can also actually try to join the public groups. Some of the groups has been made public, okay, so that everybody can get access to the papers. So try to find the groups and then try to request to join the group, and inshallah you'll be able to share everything or take benefit of papers that have been shared there. And you can also create your own group. Okay, create groups in Mendeley Desktop. It can be private, it can be invite only, and you can have an open or public. Sorry, for that public, you can have an invite only or open. So open, everybody can access it, and you can share everything that you have with your publics. And okay, this is through the website. The web browser. You can create your own group. Okay, and then this creates group in Mendeley Desktop. So you can preview. Then you can have your group members, and you can preview this group everything. Okay, and this is pretty straightforward. And again, you have to start to use it. It is you have to practice. Along the way, you will discover problems probably, and just look up for the internet, Google, inshallah. And I'll also be available. You can contact me through. I'm going to give you, if I I did not mention. Okay, you can contact me through my email if you like. Nawawi dot sorry m_nawawi at ieee.org. Right, so you can contact me through this email. Inshallah, I will be able to answer all questions, inshallah. Right, and again, I hope you take this thesis, don't take it lightly, right? I've seen a lot of cases that students at the end of the studies, when they want to present, when they want to submit the thesis, they have a limited time, so they hire somebody else, ask somebody else to do it for them, pay some large amount of money for them to do the formatting, to do the citations. So it's very, very, it's not worth, because you have gone through all this journey alone, and at the end of the journey, you ask somebody to take care of your thesis, isn't it? So you will get problems when you have to, when you go through the Viva session, for example, because again, I did mention earlier in this session, okay, the panels always refer to the figures, always refer to the citation. They are very, very critical in looking at these references, right? Figure numbering. I've been a few cases that the numbering of the equations is terrible. The figure is not actually in the thesis, right? So that will be a painful for the examiners, and you have to actually make them happy, right? And therefore, I always put emphasis on for you to do formatting yourself. Formatting is this Mandalay is actually about 20 to 30% of your thesis. The rest, we talk about the formatting, isn't it? Managing your thesis, not the contents of the thesis. Of course, that's a lot of research. But for the thesis, for the formatting, for the management of the thesis, the 30% is from the Mandalay, and 70% is actually the formatting, right? So I always encourage you to learn on the formatting until Dr. Zuli has provided a series of video for you to uh, to use the template. Okay, so it's the best for you to use the template that's been created by Ipsys. So in order for you to use that template, you have to have a knowledge. Then again, Dr. Zuli has provided a series of a series of videos, and please watch it, try to understand, inshallah, when the MCO is done with the MCO, then inshallah Ipsys will do a physical, a normal 1 day workshop. During that hands-on 1 day workshop, inshallah, you'll be able to grab 100% of that knowledge of formatting as well as the Mendeley. Okay, so with that, I thank you, and thank you for your times. All right, so anything, you just send the email to me. Inshallah, I'll be able to answer all your questions, and I wish you all the best. All right, always remember that this PhD is a journey. PhD masters, this is a journey, right? This is a journey. So if you do it properly, if you have tools to assist you in graduating on time, why not? All right, why not graduate on time? Because you can, after the good thing about GOT is that you will be introduced to the markets as early as 4 years or 3 years for PhD, as early as 2 years for the masters. Why you need to wait for 6 years, 7 years, isn't it, after your PhD? Okay, with that, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.